How to make an API call in Bubble using Pathfix with OAuth. Let's take a look at how you can make an API call for your connected user using the Bubble API connector. We have a few plugins created with pre-configured APIs that's available as data and action calls. If you are looking to run an API call that's not part of the plugins, you can do so using the Bubble API connector. The best place to test your APIs is using the Pathfix Playground. Log into your Pathfix account and click on Test Connection. On the Playground window, connect an account. Click on the Sample Methods drop-down and pick one of the sample APIs. Select one of the APIs and hit Send. You will see a response come from the provider. Alternatively, if you do not see the API you want to use, you can modify an existing API to the API you want. Once you're happy with the API configuration, you can set up the API in your Bubble app. In Bubble, install the Bubble API Connector plugin. Give the API a name for ease of reference. Select the authentication as private key in URL. Give the key name as private_key. Copy the private key from your Pathfix account and paste it. Let's go to configuring the specific API. Give the API a name. Select the use as field, as data, or action, depending on the API and how you want to use the API. For this example, we will select this as data. Select the data type as JSON, select the method as post, and paste the Pathfix post URL here. The endpoint URL for the post call will change depending on which provider you are calling as specified here. This value changes depending on which provider, as per the internal provider names. It's best to copy the URL from the playground and paste it here to avoid any errors. Under body type JSON, click on Add Parameter. Add the key as public_key and paste your Pathfix public key. Check the box for private and query string. Add another parameter. Add the key as user_ID and add your Pathfix account email in the value field. Check the query string box. In the body JSON, copy the JSON from the playground into the body section. We are now ready to initialize the call. On a success response, save the API for use in your app. You can now call this API from within your app. In order to call this API for each of your connected users in the user_ID field, always add the value as current user's unique ID. This will make the API for the current connected user and pull or push data into that user's account. We have detailed step-by-step documentation that you can find at docs.pathfix.com/bubble.